What's going on? What up, though, everybody? What up, though, man? What's D313XP, man? We got my guy, No Miss J, and DC1 in the building, man. We celebrating today, man, for the Detroit Lions victory, dominant victory of 42-24 against the lowly Carolina Panthers. No, Miss, man, what's going on with you, man? How you feeling, brother?
Well, let's get started, birthday boy. First things first, he's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. Okay, enough of that. Daryl, big day today. Shout out to the brother here.
Thank you,
Lions
thank
got
you.
him a dub today. That's how I'm feeling. We got us
Yes,
today. We
sir.
4-1. This team
Yes,
we
sir.
should beat.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Yeah, it was a definitely a dominant victory. That's what it should have been. We took care of business. Um, came out was a very aggressive, and the play calling. The play calling was is better than what it was last few games. Um, Lions came out, made some plays today, especially in the first half, and then they go up 28 to 10. Was no scoring in the third quarter. Almost been the Lions would have scored, but it went into the fourth quarter and they scored um, to pretty much put the game out of reach for Carolina. Even though Carolina made a couple of little touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but it was too little, too late. So it was very dominant victory, man. So no, Miss man, what what stood out? What stood out to you the most of this whole entire game today, man?
Uh, you know what? Honestly, what I could say is the thing that stood out to me was honestly the complimentary football that I saw today. And in the first half, that really stood out because to me, when you look at the game and the score, you would think that that was a 300-yard, 400-yard type of game. Retrospectively, it wasn't because to me, things just came the Lions' way. They was going against another young quarterback. Defense go out there and make another statement. They didn't get that many stats today. It was a couple of them, but what was there was the pressure and making that quarterback make mistakes. So, Aiden goes out there, gets the interception. He gets the sack later in the game. You get an interception by Jerry Jacobs again today. Shout out to him. And then you also forced a fumble. And the person that actually picked up the damn fumble was none other than Will Harris. And you know what? I got to say, Jared Goff, to me, so far this season, had his best game throwing football. I'm saying that he did a pretty good job today. Also got another rushing touchdown added to his repertoire today. So man was tallied up for four total touchdowns. Lions today scored a total of 6 between pass and ground. David Montgomery was a complete animal out there again today. I gotta be honest with you, man. Like I said, they actually had Big V available for the game, and they chose to keep him out. And another thing I saw was that was big on this complimentary football game that we played against the team we should have beat was Jamison Williams. Big story today about him blocking. We knew that was going to be a thing this year. Obviously, Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell expressed that if you don't block on this team, you don't get the rock. And he went out there and made an emphasis today on big runs that David Montgomery or any running back had today. Jamison Williams had a lot to do with those blocks. He was in a lot of those. And he was very willing on the blocks, too. He didn't give away, very aggressive. And I think that was a good start for him. I think he played very mature today. Obviously, you knew he wasn't going to come out there and wow us or anything. They did try to get some bubble screen short passes to him here and there. He did his job, and that was the thing. Be a contributor. That's what Dan Campbell asked of him this week, and he did just that. So salute you, JMO. Like I said, his play was very mature today, and I appreciate that from him and those receivers for contributing on the blocking. Sam Laporta, I did call out 2 touchdown game for him today. Yesterday we talked about this. Sam Laporta on that big deep route off that Jerry Jacobs interception was big, man. The offensive line play was pretty good. Like I said, we literally threw for 230 some passing yards, 3 touchdowns in the air, 3 off the ground, and very efficient game. Only caveat I do have, now I will say this: Panthers did do the best job running the football against the Lions today. They nearly got to 100 yards. I think like 1 yard off,
99
and
yards.
99 yards. They did do a better job, and I did say that the team we gotta see this Lions defense, run defense, be proven because a lot of teams just wasn't trying to run the ball. They did try at times to run the ball. I'm saying when they did, they got yards. Chuba Hubbard, he made some plays out there, and Chenault too. And he did run the ball, and I do think the Lions at some point will be giving up numbers off the ground. I think a lot of teams just chose not to against us. So I know the stat thing is cute, where everybody's like, "Oh, we're top three, top three." I don't buy into the stats because if you watch the game, you see with your eyes the difference between the stats and what's actually happening. So, not trying to be negative or nothing about the Lions defense. It's just that I'm calling out those things because it obviously didn't matter. The Lions did blow them out technically because the referees did also help them get on the scoreboard today, in my opinion. But that's another story for another time. The other thing I said that I had issue with, to me, actually was Ben Johnson because in the second half, I don't know what the big deal was with us coming out on every down trying to pass and pass and pass. Even in the first half, there was a couple drives where we just abandoned the run, and that's not something I get. They want to build the rhythm with the pass game. I said it several times, but I think some of the pass plays we were dialing up just didn't make sense. And the times he was doing it, and I get it. He's a young coordinator. He's going to test things out. You know what I'm saying? But your game's about to probably get a little bit tougher, and you want to make sure that y'all simplifying stuff and not doing anything that's unnecessary that could hurt you, because you don't want to put your defense out there unnecessarily too long either. You know what I'm saying? They had some drives that was kind of long, but they barely came away with anything. And lucky because we made big stops and stuff like that. But that's still just an example. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like I said, man, this is good complimentary football today. Lions did their thing. I'm happy.
And I was happy with the results too, man. The only thing I was I'm not gonna say I'm concerned. The only thing I was like the third quarter. I think the Lions, when they get missed 2 games in a row, the Lions had a huge lead, and they turned around the third quarter. You just got stagnant, not
Yeah,
scoring. I think that needs to get addressed, and we got to keep the pedal to the metal. Um,
yeah,
because the point of the Lions, when you score that much like that, you got to make sure you got to keep the pedal going. You got to make
yeah,
sure I mean, you'd rather prefer touchdowns and field goals, but you got to continue the same drives. But
yeah,
overall, the Lions play a all around game. Defense was unbelievable. Defense was pretty well. I mean, the Bryce Young, he has 2 interceptions. He had 3 touchdowns, but 2 of them was kind of like, okay, it was just one of those.
yeah,
Hey, here you go, Lions. I mean, here you go, Lions. Like, here you go. I mean, we already won this game at this point, so
yeah. I
um,
don't worry about that.
yeah. So they frustrated Bryce Young. I mean, due to the fact Carolina is not doesn't have a good offensive line, so that doesn't help either. But the Lions did pretty well as far as as far as the running game. I mean, Chubb Hubbard, only hit 9 carries for 35 yards. That was their leading rusher. Um,
Yeah,
and Miles Sanders, he didn't do any, he couldn't get anything. So Lions, I mean, still they got the number one. As of right now, they still got the number one rush defense in the NFL. Um,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying as far as teams don't want to run the ball, have not run the ball, but you got to give credit that the Lions has when they try teams start to run the ball. The Lions do a good job of stopping that run. So them to be number one in rushing defense is pretty cool. Um, yeah, you look at it. Jared Goff, 20 for 28, 236, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He played
mhm,
a fishy game as usual. David Montgomery, he that 42-yard touchdown to go up 7-0 to start the game. It was huge. David Montgomery, 19 carries, 109 yards, 1 touchdown. Um, he's the first Lions player to have back-to-back um, over 100 yards and a touchdown with them amount of carries since Kevin Jones.
God damn.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Back to back games. So David Montgomery, the Lions came out, run the football. You got to give credit to the offensive line. You got to give credit to the tight end, Sam Laporta.
Yeah,
Jameson. J Mo. And all the guys. They did their jobs. And Josh Reynolds.
yeah,
I mean, we talk so much about St. Brown. We talk so much now. You know, J Mo. I know he's back, but he still got to, get
Yeah,
himself
ready to go.
got a way to go. I mean, but we don't talk enough about how Josh Reynolds, and it's like the connection he had with Jared Goff, man. It's just it's unbelievable. It's like
Yeah,
some people say he could be, well, he's our third best receiver on the team. Some people beg different, right? Probably say he's the second due to J Mo. But Josh Reynolds, man, he's been the guy that's coming that came through. So like I said, man, the Lions, they're clicking on the offense. But I like the play calling more better than what it was last week. Um, but the Lions, like I said, they came out, they took care of business. Um, Defense, man. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson with that one-handed interception. I mean, the Lions. Thank you, Jacksonville. Thank you, Jacksonville, for taking Trayvon Walker. Thank you. Very appreciate you taking him. Because
you know what?
a,
I
a,
gotta
a
interview something too. Like talking about the defense. First off, credit to that interior D line and Derek Burns, but also want to give a note that Will Harris did not have the worst game that he could have had. About to be at. He actually did make a couple good tackles today. Will Harris did make a couple good plays today, so that was a good thing. So he didn't really give up nothing too major. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that hurt us, so it didn't feel like that at times. So I'm like, good. No, because I was worried. That's a big dip off compared to him and Brian Branch. You know what I'm saying? But he toughed it out. So very fast.
absolutely, absolutely, man. He did. But yeah, we had some injuries that came down today. Emmanuel Mosley
Yeah,
uh went out, so he didn't play for the rest of the game.
yeah,
Aiden Hutchinson did get hurt, what I'm saying, after that interception, but he was able to, get back on the field. Um, but yeah, man, Alex Azaloni, man, and Will Harris, man. I mean, I can't believe we said Will Harris. I mean, 7 tackles for Will Harris, 8 for Azaloni. Jerry Jacobs played exceptionally well. Again, we got another interception, like you said, Aiden
yeah,
Hutchinson. Um, Cam Sutton played very well. The defense played, they did their job. They did what they're supposed to do, um,
yeah,
and took care of business, man. So I mean, Carolina is a young team. Got some couple of veterans, but it just we had to take care of business. It was like a revenge game because what they beat us last year.
yeah.
Um, so that
Very
kind of,
Reynolds.
yep. And
No,
Bam Knight. He
yeah,
did come in the game, but he did end up getting hurt as well. So,
and a
but
good play.
yeah,
Yeah.
but Lions,
Oh, and
Lions, go ahead. No,
prayers to no, I was gonna say prayers to the offensive lineman for the Panthers too, because
yes,
that kind of gave me Savion Smith vibes a little bit. But I think they said his neck
yeah,
was moving and functioning and stuff like that. But he did have a neck injury. That's stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. Again, that was around the same. This around the same time last year with Savion Smith. That was like game 4, game 5 on the road in New England, and you know what I'm saying. So little injuries like that will worry. The Lions are the one team that has some real tragic that happened on the
yeah,
turf one
yeah,
time, a long time ago. So yeah, prayers up to him. But glad he's going
absolutely.
to probably be okay. But
Yeah,
yeah,
when you see a good sign with a thumbs up when they're raising it, you see
yeah,
a good. That's a good sign that you know for us, fans and everybody else. So, but yeah, man, it's definitely, man. Lions came out with the victory, so we got another big game coming up. Can't believe I'm
yeah,
saying this. Another big game coming up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
yeah,
Um, which that game was flexed to from 1 o'clock to 4:25. Um, so due to Lions and Tampa Bay winning their game, so good records to get flexed. So
yeah,
definitely looking forward to it. It's gonna be a, a test. Can the Lions go out there and take care of business
yeah,
against a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that's surprising a lot of people? including myself. I didn't expect them to, do the way he doing, but Lions, we gonna go out there. We gonna go to Tampa Bay. We gonna get that victory. We're gonna go 5-1. We just take care of business. We got a couple of road games coming our way before we come back home for a Monday nighter against the Raiders. So, but yeah, no, like I said, man, we
Um,
celebrate this victory, man.
yeah, another note too. I wanted to make sure. I kind of was. I felt with the whole thing with Mosley, they should have just put him on special teams today. I
Mhm.
understood they wanted to get him out there, but I would have put him on special teams for this game, because he hasn't really had any time to do anything in all season because he's been coming off injury, then back on injury. So I think they mismanaged that the wrong way. I would have had him on special teams. So I mistrusted one young guy from the get go. Hopefully they kind of figure that out in this game. I think he'll be okay. I just think he had like some bad cramps, and they like, nah, bro, come on.
Right.
And,
I mean,
yeah,
in a way, I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, it's just seeing you put him out there because I know we was decimated with the secondary. By Brian Barnes being out, CJ, is out. So I mean, we should get him out there, get his little feet. But I understand where you're coming from in that situation, but we get this opportunity. So I mean, he showed. I mean, the Lions pretty much was being very cautious. They didn't rush him, to play, the game. So pretty much Lions they managed to for the most part. So I don't really, but I understand where you're coming from. But yeah, man. As I said, man, the Lions, dominant victory against the Carolina Panthers, 42-24. Um, listen, fellas. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe to D313XP, man. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. So make sure hit that like and subscribe our YouTube channel, man. Myself, Nomas J, Bree, man, go continue bringing on consistent content, man. So absolutely, man. So as we gonna sign off, no, we gonna sign off on this. Oh, got one more thing. Go ahead, brother.
no, you good.
Go. Oh, I thought you might have
No,
one
no,
more
I
thing.
ain't no good.
I
Oh
said,
no,
well, we gonna sign off, man, and make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. One pride, Detroit Lions.
all right, don't
We
die.
out. That's right. Peace out.